try to push past, but he wants to play. So I sip his drink as I hold his gaze. Oh, when we erupt into the room and hear the stuff go boom, I'm feeling easy to resume. This right here, I swear will end too soon. So I sink into the truth as I inhale the fume. I'm feeling easy to resume. This right here, I swear will end too soon.
Oi. Shall we, start, mayhaps?
If you can imagine
I
it,
think this is Intel.
technology can
Yes,
create.
it's Intel.
It entertains, heals, connects, and protects. It greets us in the morning and guides us home at night. It can make our dreams a reality and can make reality feel like our wildest dreams. Technology completely changes how we see the world, each other, and the future. With tech by our side, we have the potential to solve the world's greatest challenges. Food security, access to healthcare, sustainability, and environmental impact. The more critical the issues, the more critical the need for problem-solving tech, especially as part of our pursuit of human security for all. So, as we move forward together, we do so surrounded by the world's greatest technological advancements all in one place. More than ever, CES 2024 is the celebration of all that tech has to offer humanity. There's positive energy in the air. We move forward with both hope and confidence because we're creating solutions in a global effort to make the world a better place. We're all on for powerful connections, joyful experiences, new opportunities, and everything that tech makes possible. Right here, right now. We're all together. We're all in and all on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Vice President of CES and Membership for the Consumer Technology Association, Kinsey Fabrizio.
Thank you, and welcome to CES 2024. Artificial intelligence is the hottest topic in tech, and we are seeing that play out right here at CES across the thousands of products on our show floor. AI tools are opening new doors for innovation and collaboration. They're helping us work, learn, and live better. And they're helping us make our world more sustainable. To share more how AI is driving a fundamental shift in computing and how that's changing the world for all of us, I am thrilled to welcome Pat Gelsinger, CEO of Intel. I know. He's gonna be great. Pat began his career in 1979 at Intel, becoming its first chief technology officer and leading its enterprise group during more than 3 decades with the company. After serving in executive leadership roles at VMware and EMC, he returned to be CEO in 2021 at Intel. He'll be joined by CNBC reporter Christina Partsenevlos. Christina joined CNBC in May 2021 and serves as the NASDAQ reporter for the network, covering NASDAQ movers with a focus on semiconductors. Previously, she served as a business correspondent and economist at the Fox Business Network, covering beats including technology, the White House, and the Federal Reserve. Please join me in welcoming Pat and Christina to the stage.
Check it out, full house. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Pat. I'm very excited for this. I know it's late in the day and we're in Vegas, right? So we want to get the party started. And I wanted to get the
He's
party
so
started with asking
awkward.
a
I
bunch
kind
of
of love it.
questions, but I have to preface, you're in your quiet period right now, so I'm going to try my best to still pepper them in and hopefully get an answer.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
So if we're going to start with the conversation about artificial intelligence in general, and you have those that leaders seem to be taking sides, doomsdayers, maybe Elon Musk, talking about super intelligence and how it's going to outsmart humans, and then you have Zuckerberg on the other hand that maybe is taking a little bit of a softer approach. Where do you fall on that scale?
I'm an optimist, and I'll say, I'm a technology optimist, right? And
What does that mean?
Well, over 40 years now in the technology industry, just technology is this neutral platform, right? Meaning it's not good or bad, right? It's always how we shape it, how we use it. And I have this deep belief that with technology, right, and we're shaping it as a force for good, and we continue to solve problems that could have been solved before. In 40 years in the industry, I just believe that technology, including AI, we can shape it as this incredible force for good. And today, would you go to a radiologist that wasn't using AI-assisted radiology? Absolutely not. Just like you wouldn't have gone to a finance guy who didn't use a spreadsheet, right? Technology is this powerful, wonderful force that we get to shape for good.
You're using the example of technology, and you said 40 years, but AI in general is being adopted at a much faster pace. And I almost feel like many politicians, maybe all of us, are not even ready for that moment and how to make sure that it's going to be for good and not for bad.
Yeah, well, I always think, technology is moving faster than products. Products move faster than business, and business moves faster than regulation. So regulation is always running after trying to catch up to the implications of technology for it. And I do think as we have a broader and broader influence and the world is going more digital, it becomes more incumbent upon us as technologists to be engaged in the policy discussions, in the regulatory frameworks, so that we help close that gap, that regulation is in place to support this ever-hastening pace of technology and the implications on society.
But can you trust a for-profit company to do good? Like, didn't Google get rid of their motto, do no evil, in 2015?
Well, I think, as we think about technology, right, it really is this composite, right? And, some of it's technology companies, right? Do you trust
embiggen
technology
myself?
companies? Part of our brand is to be a trusted technology provider. But you're also trusting the academic community, right? And increasingly, and I believe a lot of the concerns around AI, we got to make it open, we got to make it accessible, we have to make it explainable, we have to make it responsible. And every day we're
I just feel like I should point out that all three of the companies we're going to look at today profit from the occupation of Gaza.
AI everywhere,
and the occupied territories in the West Bank.
I think that's always the key.
So,
Yeah,
so much for do no evil.
Decisions? And until we can answer those questions, show how it was good for society, how it met the regulatory domains and demonstrated consistent good, okay, we shouldn't let it in the wild.
AI everywhere, just for our audience. You've been saying that for how long now? Because I know other competitors have, entered the...
about a year.
About a year.
Right, so, I think we claim that. I think we claim the AI PC. So some of those are clearly, we're the driving force behind it. But, flattery, we love it when people copy us.
I set that up for you just so that you could drop that there. You just mentioned AI PC, so let's just pivot to that right now. And you guys are really smart. You've been covering this probably a lot longer than I have, but it seems like the definition of AI PC, AI server is still a little murky. And let's start with the server actually. Is that the ratio of accelerators to CPUs, no longer using just an operating system, it's a platform now? Can you just describe what the heck it means?
Yeah, and when we think about this, we say, are you able to achieve certain levels of performance, right, on AI-driven workloads? And today, for instance, if I'm doing a high-end training workload, I need a GPU. CPUs aren't powerful enough to do that. But for a lot of inferencing workloads, my AI-augmented CPUs, hey, they do inferencing just fine. Right at that level. And training, can I go train the model or can I go use the model? How many people create weather models versus how many people use weather models? A few create, many use. So that inferencing workload, we're driving to AI enhance our Xeons, our CPUs, so that we can enable that everywhere. So it's not like I need to set up some special servers in my data centers if I'm an enterprise, or take my data to the cloud if I'm an enterprise. I can use my data in my data centers on the CPUs that I know and love from Intel. And that's what we're off to do with AI enhanced, even as we're building our accelerators to go compete at that high-end training market as well.
And then what about the hybrid market then? Because that's an area that you guys are focused on.
Yeah, and we do think that there's going to be these cloud-assisted environments, where people will do foundational models in the cloud, where we need these big, huge environments to create these foundational models. But most of you are going to use those models, right? And you're going to find smaller models.
Oh, they really missed the boat on
today as we're hitting
machine learning and
trillion
GPUs, didn't
finding
they?
ways
At
to
least in
say,
the consumer
If I
space.
train it on the right data, can I get by with a 10 billion parameter model that allows me to run it on my data centers without specialized equipment at much lower cost per inference? And that seems to be a huge trend of llama, tiny models.
What he's talked about for the data center
ways, as we've described
literally
it, to be able
got
to run it
down
on their
there.
data
Intel,
for their
Intel,
applications.
Nvidia have been doing that since
Are you
2018.
perhaps saying that the cloud world has the curve of adoption and the use of cloud maybe is going to go like this as we become more efficient with utilizing it? And so maybe we should, and I'm thinking from the investor perspective on CNBC, we constantly have these guests on, and is cloud going to keep growing like this or hit a plateau because you become more efficient with products from Intel, for example?
Yeah, I think there's going to be the science of AI. I think there's no end in sight. These machines are going to get bigger and bigger as we try to find new, more complex models, as we move from simple models of text and we move to 3D, animation, physical worlds, et cetera. So I think the science of AI shows no end to bigger machines. They're just going to get bigger, faster, right? And it's, truly as a technologist, one of the most exciting times in computing history. This is thrilling.
One of or is? If you were to say that in your career right now.
Some of the early days were pretty exciting, but this rivals some of the early days of the PC, early days of Moore's Law. This is an exciting period of time, and I'd say, for my career, it's like, after 40 years, this is pretty thrilling. We are going to build some of the greatest technology that solves some of human problems at a pace that we haven't seen for decades. As I came back to Intel, I said, this is sort of boring, add some more cores, the same power envelope, go to PCI 5 from, okay, boring. This is not boring. This is an exciting period of time.
You just said PC, so let's just talk about that for a second, and the AI PC. Everyone is talking about it at CES. I'm sure a lot of you here have heard, you heard that conversation. And many are promising that their AI PC is going to revolutionize the market and help the PC refresh, which is, 2024 now, and everybody's going to be, getting this on their laptop. But let's say, the average Joe watching, do they care even for the next 5 to 10 years about this?
Yeah, the analogy I've used is the early days of Wi-Fi, right? I helped to create Wi-Fi, right? Helped to create USB, helped to create Wi-Fi. And we developed Wi-Fi, and for 2 to 3 years, sort of nothing happened with Wi-Fi. And then we launched Centrino, a platform, a laptop that integrated Wi-Fi, and we marketed it, we pushed it, and all of a sudden, every coffee shop needed to have Wi-Fi. Every hotel room needed to have Wi-Fi. Every office needed to have Wi-Fi. So it was that Centrino moment, as we call it, that just drove Wi-Fi and the standardization into an existence a couple of years after the standards were finished. And all of a sudden, it changed the form factors, it changed the use case. Before that, I used Excel. After that, I used the internet, right? It became this connected thing and drove new use cases for it. And the world has not been the same since then. 20 years later, we think of the AI PC the same way. Adding neural capabilities for AI workloads directly into the PC, where now I believe it's going to change the user interface. Instead of typing, I'll start talking to it. I'll see it. It will be new form factors. And all of a sudden, instead of
I don't see myself talking to my PC.
Things, I'm going to do it on my local PC.
But then you're making the comparison with Centrino. Back then, you guys were the leaders. You were the ones bringing that to market. It seems like you have a slew of competition in the AI PC world. So what makes Intel different?
Well, part of it is, we're first. Our AI PC chips, people are talking about what they're going to do this year, and we're excited again, flattery, right? As they're following.
They're listening right now, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
I love it because they're going to help to establish the category. And obviously, we're going to win by our volumes, the engagement with the ecosystem, and having the best products. So as long as our products are ahead, and we have key partners. Obviously Microsoft Copilot is super important, but we already have 100 ISVs that are running on the Core Ultra that we announced back in December, who are building their applications. They're not waiting for anybody. They're saying, wow, we're excited to start enabling these new visual effects, these new communications capabilities, these new audio use cases, taking text transcriptions and being able to give you summarizations of that on your local PC, on your local data. It's I believe this is a defining moment for the PC. And as Andy Grove said, the PC, the ultimate Darwinian device. And I think we're in one of those Cambrian moments for the Darwinian PC.
You dropped that. That's cool. We're going to talk about everything here before you guys go party in Vegas. But if we're talking about, you went through servers, accelerators, PCs, and I just want to go back to accelerators for a moment. On December 14th, you brought up Gaudi 3. I think we were kind of expecting a little bit more.
Okay.
Can you give us a little bit more than what you spoke to, in just a few minutes? And I know you have your earnings coming up and stuff like that, but anything.
Yep. So 24, we'll be launching Gaudi 3 later this year. We have it out of fab now. It's in early test debug right now, so we're bringing it up in our labs as we speak. We'll start pushing it out to OEMs, our customers and software vendors in the next few months, that they can start joining us in the debug process. But so far, the chip looks exquisitely good. The Habana Labs team that's driving this in Israel, they are an execution machine. And
there's been no delays because of what's been going on.
No,
nothing.
Right, and as I said in a recent interview, Israel, the most resilient people on earth, and they have not missed a single. Yeah, thank you. I have 22,000 souls there between Mobileye, Intel, our manufacturing and workers. They've not missed a single commitment.
That's one way to talk about
wafers,
genocide.
Not missed a single commitment on products, despite dealing with that situation. I'm proud of our teams there, and the Gaudi team is one of them. They are executing super well.
So you bring up Israel, and I think of Mobileye, because you guys, last week, I'm sure many of you saw the news that came out of Mobileye, and they're pre-announcing the drop in sales. And again, we don't have to talk about sales per se, but it seems like maybe there's a theme right now of auto-related weakness. Microchip just yesterday talking about a weak environment, some inventory issues with customers. So what are you seeing with that? Is there a lot of double ordering, hoarding, and now they're just going through it?
Well, I do think there was a period coming off of COVID where everybody was so brutalized by not having inventories that everybody was sort of catching up, right, into the marketplace. And that drove a set of buying behaviors that created a bit of inventory in the channel and the tier one providers. And obviously Mobileye did their pre-announcement last week. And today they did a bunch of new product and vision announcements that they did yesterday.
Big partner, right, with a Western
Yes,
automaker?
a big Western partner. Hey,
Yeah.
there's probably 5 names you could associate with that, so we'll not disclose it.
I know.
We'll let them do that soon enough. But the market here was disrupted. Right, this was a catastrophic disruption as you went through the COVID cycle. Both the acceleration and the deceleration and the inventory problems and manufacturing. So I'll say this, I believe this is sort of the last correction cycle as a result of it in a more normal business environment. And as Mobileye guided.
Wait, what do you mean by last correction cycle? How could you predict that?
There was such extreme pain on the auto providers that everybody was building a bit more inventory, making sure they weren't caught flat-footed again, because you had factories that were stopped because they didn't have $1 semiconductors, right? A $40,000 car isn't shipping because
I remember that.
So I do think that there's sort of an accordion effect that always happens in supply chains. And, I think we had to work through that, and I think the rest of the industry.
That's why I find it hilarious when people were saying about how the mining boom caused
still have wars in Europe,
the shortage of GPUs,
weaker,
because clearly miners were buying these cars
a period of
and
time
buying the
where
semiconductors that went into
and
these
we're not
cars,
finished. We
and
still
that was
have 2
causing a
major wars
shortage.
going on in the world.
Yeah.
No,
what
it was
about
all
Asia?
COVID.
Is there anything
It was
that you
all
can
COVID.
discern a weakness coming from that market, whether it be from the mobile, a PC market? It seems like at first, maybe a few months ago, I was reporting and thinking, okay, PC sales coming back, refresh, all of this conversation, and now maybe that cycle is not moving as quickly
Because
as
everyone who needed a PC bought
China
one.
has been well chronologized. It didn't come back as
Everyone
strong
had to
as
work from home, and
expected.
everyone had all this
Terrible,
fucking
but
free
not as strong
time.
as expected in
So
that.
everyone
Otherwise,
bought
Asia actually did okay.
PCs.
India, had
And you know
actually
what?
a good cycle as they finished the year.
Brand new
Europe, not
PC
as
in
strong.
2020,
And,
2021
was, I think,
is
the
still pretty
well-chronologized.
fucking good now.
And U.S. was pretty good, as we went through the holiday period. So I think when you add all of that up, it just wasn't as strong as people were hoping for, as we finished the year. I do think as we look to this year, we think of the AI PC. We're now 4 years past when the COVID, PCs.
There's
were
not
first
an
launched, so I
upgrade
think
for my
that starts to come
3090
back
that
a
makes
little bit.
sense yet.
Obviously,
isn't.
major new Windows.
Oh, a
upgrades,
4090.
which is
Yeah,
always
let's spend
beneficial.
what,
So
£2,500,
we're more
something like
optimistic as
that?
we go through the year.
I want to bring it
hell.
back to the United States and, talking about AI. Many of you guys have heard of, the New York Times suing OpenAI. OpenAI's rebuttal about that, saying that the New York Times, purposely rejigged it. I'm paraphrasing poorly now, but in terms of getting the articles. And so, do you believe that this is just going to catapult a bunch of lawsuits now going forward?
Yeah, I think that there isn't a legal framework yet that's really been thought through, because if you compare search to large language models, essentially in search, the search engine itself never has the content, right? It's giving you a pointer to the content.
Right.
And it tells you where it
one of the
came
things
from.
Early in my career, I actually helped write what became the net neutrality laws.
Back in, 2002 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
a
When
while
we
back.
first drafted, Craig Mundy, CTO of Microsoft, and
You were
myself.
sitting there writing it?
Yeah,
Literally.
we literally wrote what became.
Well, not
the-
writing it, you were writing it on a computer. But
And I do think that where there's going to be a legal framework that gets established because when you do a large language model, essentially you're compressing the internet into the model, right? It becomes
And
intrinsically
it
part of the model
importantly
now, as you then
omits
go do,
where that came
inferencing
from.
against that model. So in that, what will be the legal framework against that? Can I use third-party information? What's the copyright laws? I think there are going to be some lawsuits here. And remember, we're going to have lawsuits in different jurisdictions as well.
Of course.
U.S., what happens in Europe, how do they view it as well? So I do think that, whether this is a good one or a bad one with the New York Times and OpenAI, I firmly believe there's going to be a series of lawsuits that need to get reconciled for what is the legal framework around large language models, compressing the internet this way, and being able to use third-party information or not, and what are going to be the copyright laws associated with that.
do you actually think there's an or not?
Well, if so, then you're going to have licensed content that gets used, right? And you're going to have to go pursue and get licenses from all
That
the
would
content
kill
providers
large
that
language
use
models
your
in their
model.
entirety, let's be real.
Right? That's going to, create a whole nother cycle of, what and how does that get utilized?
And helps the media market where I work, sustain our jobs.
Yeah, and we want you to have a great job. So
Yeah, so let's not talk about that. But keeping on that conversation about regulation, and then that means that you have to be reliant on politicians and bureaucracy. We know how slow that is.
If the likes
but
of
we
her
also know how
don't
quickly
keep their
AI is
jobs
being
because they're replaced by
adopted. So
AI,
that's like,
who's
already
training the
they're
models?
Slower than normal, just because
Jesus
it's
Christ.
government. We have an election
What
period.
about
coming,
getting rid of artists
and
and
then,
replace it with AI arts?
so
Well, who's
quick to
training the
get to
AI
that,
arts? Like, it's
technology phase.
nonsensical.
How do we
It's
even
not a
come up with
non-starter.
regulations within such a short amount of time?
well, I don't think we will. I think the AI market is going to keep racing ahead because technology is enabling it to do so. And the courts and the regulatory environment will be chasing to catch up for a while. And eventually, some of those cases will come to court, whether that's in Europe or in the US, and it will start to reestablish a framework that the world, right, gets comfortable with about how AI is regulated, how content's regulated. And then, of course, we have to frame it in a way it isn't just about text on the internet, right? It's going to be about a much broader corpus of information as well going into those models. So I do think there's going to be a big set of legal and regulatory work that needs to occur here. But I'm actually, as we started the conversation, an optimist. We'll figure it out.
But you are the leader of a large corporation making money. Of course, you're going to be optimistic.
Yes? Is that bad?
No, not at all.
Okay,
Not
okay,
at all.
good. Just checking.
Not at all. but of course, I know I almost didn't want to ask you that question to start off because I knew your answer, and you know the answer from a lot of tech leaders that of course they're going to be optimistic, because if you're not optimistic, you're not making money, sales, you're not employing all the people, and we wouldn't all be here listening to you.
But it's more important than that, because these AI use cases are demonstrating such extraordinary economic value. Right? It isn't just that we're going to make money or the other technology providers are going to make money associated with it. You're creating new economic value, right? We're taking use cases, and having 10, 100,000, 10,000x productivity improvements. This is stunning as a result. And because there's so much economic value in these use cases, the world is motivated to figure it out.
That productivity level, is that productivity something that is going to immediately come? A company will be extremely efficient, and then after that, you're going to see, a much smaller increment in. I'm not using the terminology properly, but I feel like there's an analogy with Moore's law that you can make there. Productivity is not going to keep growing as much, so it'll be this big bang now, maybe over the next decade, and then boom, we're on to something else.
Yeah, I think when we first introduced the internet, right? And we had e-businesses and new ways to reach customers. It was sort of this decade-long cycle. I think the AI cycle is at least that big, and sort of domain by domain.
What started when that happened, right?
Economic value, the use cases.
The whole
develop.
.com
We're gonna
bubble
get past
thing.
the models hallucinating and building more and more confidence in what they do. But yeah, I think we're going to be in a 10-plus year cycle of figuring it out in different industries, and it's going to be quite thrilling.
So if we were to compare an AI model within the cloud and an enterprise user versus an AI model that we are eventually going to use on our phones, is the phone side going to change the economics, or on the edge, I should say, because of AI PCs? How is that going to change the economics of everything, given how expensive it is on the cloud?
Well, part of it is, I call it the 3 laws of edge computing. Whether that's your phone, whether that's the in-store computing, whether that's your personal computer. The first is laws of economics, right? It's cheaper to do it in your device. You bought the device, I'm running it locally, I'm not renting cloud servers to do that. It's on my device. Second is the laws of physics. If I have to round trip the data to the cloud and back, okay, it's not going to be as responsive as I can do locally. And the third is the laws of the land, right? Because am I going to take my data to the cloud, or am I going to keep it on my local device? Am I going to take my real-time factory data, my supply chain data, my local camera data to the cloud or not? And a lot of that's going to be regulated in some fashion or another. Or I, as the user, say, I'm not comfortable, right, with that data going to the cloud. So I think those 3 laws of economics, laws of physics, and laws of the land, will drive more of these AI use cases to the devices that we use across the edge. And that's part of what we mean when we say AI everywhere, right? We're going to push it and enable all of these devices locally.
Fascinating thing is that's literally the opposite of what's
on my
happening.
local device. I just need
You can't run a modern CAD
that language.
package
Okay, I'll go to the cloud
entirely
and
locally anymore. It goes to the cloud,
I want it to work on my data if I'm the
regardless of how
enterprise. I
powerful
want
your
all
own
of
local
my
machine
data,
is.
my factory data, my supply chain data going to the cloud. I want
Whether
it
it's
to be
Fusion or
operational
Katia or
locally
whatever.
in my environment.
But if it's locally, how do companies like Intel continue to make money? I think of a phone, right? My phone is maxed out, so I got to pay money
Sell more PCs, sell more servers.
No, but
sell
I mean,
more.
adding applications, like right now with a cell phone, you have so many, you got to pay for saving all your photos because it doesn't fit on your phone, and you have transfer, so now I'm paying a monthly fee.
Speak
and
to
then that's
yourself,
putting
I've
it
got
back on the cloud.
1.128
So for
terabytes on my
a company
phone.
like Intel, if it's going to be all localized, how do you add that incremental revenue when everything's there and it's a fixed cost, they buy the AI PC and done?
I think this is going to be a thrilling time of new use cases emerging, right? That all of the economic implications.
I do want
we're gonna be
everything to
enjoying
run
this for
locally,
many
but it's just not the
CESs
world we
to
live
come.
in.
We have a lot of innovation to do for this, and part of what does when you run these models, it's compressing it into smaller and smaller form factors. So I'm able to get more intelligence locally with smaller and smaller footprints and models. And that's part of the magic of AI. We're just getting started.
Oh, look at that. It's almost as if you're a professional at this, because the clock is literally down to 10 seconds, and that is a great way to end our conversation.
We are just getting started.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pat. I'll shake your hand. It was good. That was great. That was great.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going this way.
Anyway, if I go to the next tab, will that Yes, it will. Right. Let's select the window again. That one. Same one, in fact, but for some reason, when I full screen or unfull screen, it changes the, well, it stops capturing. So. Anyway, let's watch AMD now.
Happy New Year, and welcome, and thank you all for joining us today. At AMD, we're always pushing the envelope on high-performance computing. We led the way on big PC advances over the last 20 years, bringing the PC into the modern 64-bit computing era, launching the first multi-core CPU and first APU, and introducing the Zen architecture that drove an inflection point in PC performance for the consumer. Now, the most exciting advance coming to PCs
Okay,
is the
they only
widespread
released the
adoption
first
of
APU
AI.
because they're the only
1
company
year
that
ago,
calls them
we were
APUs.
the first company to introduce a dedicated AI engine, or NPU, to x86 processors with the launch of our industry-leading Ryzen 7040 series. Millions of Ryzen AI PCs have now shipped from every major OEM, but we're barely scratching the surface of the new experiences, features, and capabilities AI will bring to PCs. We believe AI is the most transformational technology of the last 50 years. Put simply, AI is the future of computing. Last month, at our Advancing AI event, we launched our Instinct MI300 GPUs, the highest performance accelerator in the world for generative AI. AMD powers generative AI from cloud to edge to end-user devices with a broad hardware portfolio and our ROCm open software platform. We are very proud of the deep partnerships we have across the entire AI ecosystem, including Microsoft, Meta, Oracle, Hugging Face, OpenAI, and many more. Beyond generative AI, AMD technology also powers everything from the Mars rover to advanced safety features available from the leading automakers to industrial robotics. Now today, it's all about PCs. We announced last month our multi-year Ryzen AI roadmap that will deliver leadership AI performance and reshape the PC experience. Today, we're super excited to be joined by a number of our OEM and ecosystem partners to share more information on the latest Ryzen and Radeon products coming this year. It's an incredibly exciting time for the industry, and we can't wait to show you all the great new products we're launching. To tell you more, let me introduce Jack Hune, Senior Vice President and General Manager of our Computing and Graphics business.
Thank you, Lisa. Leadership AMD technologies are key to unlocking these new experiences. From Zen CPU cores to RDNA graphics to XDNA neural processing engines, our goal is to deliver the solutions that push the limits of what is possible. With the recently announced Ryzen 8040 series, we bring the next leap in personal AI processing up to 60% higher NPU performance. We've gone from 10 to 16 TOPS, with the total TOPS increasing from 33 to 39. AMD offers the highest NPU performance you can get in the Windows x86 PC. The Ryzen 8040 series firmly cements AMD's AI technology leadership. To talk about our partnership, I'm honored to introduce a good friend, Alex Cho, President at HP.
I want to take a moment to thank AMD for their partnership. 2023 was an incredible year for us. Together, we are innovating and delivering new experiences for our customers. Our joint efforts empower people to live, work, and play more effectively than ever before. And as we look ahead, I'm excited about the opportunities the future holds for us. In 2024, we are committed to delivering more groundbreaking innovations for our customers, especially as we step into the era of AI. This new wave of computing will bring AI to the PC with the benefits of enhanced performance, personalization, privacy, and cost for our customers, driven by AI innovation and local inferencing. Our belief: the best innovation makes computing personal, and AI gives us the ability to be more personal than ever before. At HP, we are proud of creating solutions that offer breakthrough experiences for workers, consumers, gamers, freelancers, data scientists, and so many more. Our collaboration with partners like AMD will deliver meaningful innovations that excite our customers and change the fundamental nature of what a PC is. In partnership with AMD, we look forward to introducing new high-performance solutions underpinned by Ryzen 8000 series processors in the coming months. We're excited to co-engineer future PC experiences which take advantage of AI at the edge. Get ready to embark on this exciting journey together with us. The future looks bright.
Thank you, Alex. It's been great to collaborate with HP to create these fantastic products. Alongside the leadership AI engine, we designed Ryzen 8040 series with a full set of high-performance computing technologies. The 8040 series features world-class efficiency for incredible battery life, Zen 4 CPU cores for great compute performance, and built-in Radeon 700 series graphics that are powerful enough to play the most demanding games without a graphics card. And best of all, laptops powered by the AMD 8040 series processors will hit the shelves this February. Lenovo is a close partner, and together we are reshaping the PC to deliver AI for all. To share more, I'm super happy to introduce my close friend, Luca Rossi, Executive Vice President at Lenovo.
Hi, Jack. Congratulations to AMD on the launch of the Ryzen 8040 series processors. It's a technological leap that reinforces the strong partnership between Lenovo and AMD, united in our shared vision for the future of AI in personal computing. At Lenovo, we are embracing AI for all, which means making AI accessible to all consumers and businesses. Our commitment is to create AI that is personalized for you, controlled by you, and delivered to you by a trusted partner with the greatest security. And we are making this vision a reality with key partners in the industry. Lenovo collaboration with AMD is critical in bringing together our complementary strengths in innovation and technology. And that is why our latest CES announcements, from Lenovo IdeaPad to Yoga Creator laptops and Legion to EloQ gaming laptops, will be among the first to bring the remarkable Ryzen 8040 series to the market. Together, we are redefining what is possible on a PC. This means much faster video editing, quicker 3D rendering, a big boost in gaming performance, and great improvement in productivity without sacrificing battery life. Lenovo new Ryzen 8040 series laptops can also handle advanced AI applications,
You mean AI-based
enhancing
FSR?
every aspect of your digital life. Let's
Like
make
XeSS or
2024
DLSS?
a landmark year for the AI PC revolution.
Thank you so much, Luca. We're excited to have you as partners on this journey. Now let's shift gears to gaming. Enabling the best gaming experience is foundational to our strategy. AMD has over a decade-long partnership with Sony, from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5, and with Microsoft, from the Xbox One to the latest generation of Xbox Series X and S. We're also super proud of our partnership with Valve, Asus, and Lenovo to create a new category on handheld PC AAA gaming devices.
Wow.
When I
Just
travel,
ignore the
I
ANA,
absolutely love to
right?
play with the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, or the Legion Go. This new class of device delivers unprecedented performance and portability, but more importantly, it's a wonderful game experience on the go. And this is just the very beginning of handheld PC gaming. Asus is an extremely important partner for AMD, from gaming handhelds and PCs to the future of AI computing devices. I'd like to introduce my longtime good friend, Asus CEO S.Y. Hsu, to share our innovations at the core of how Asus is transforming the PC experience.
Thank you, Jack. Welcome to the future of computing, powered by Asus and AMD. Our partnership stretches back to the beginning of our Republic of Gamers brand and our ROG Corsair motherboard, which was built for AMD Atheron processors. Our 2017 ROG Strix gaming laptop
those are the
embraced
days.
the groundbreaking Ryzen CPUs, and our ROG
Atheron was
Zephyrus
good.
G14
I thought it was a
laptop and ROG
budget
Ally
brand and
handheld
then
took
stopped existing.
portable gaming to new heights, powered by AMD hardware. Last year, we launched our first laptop with integrated onboard NPU, thanks to AMD Ryzen 7040 series chips. And now we have redesigned the ROG Zephyrus G14 and packed it with an AI-ready Ryzen 8040 series processor. These chips also power our TUF Gaming A15, our ZenBook 14, and our VivoBook S line, coming in early 2024. Now, users can tackle complex workloads easier than ever with enhanced productivity and effortless collaboration, all while consuming less power. Each of these products transcends the possible, all to bring you even more incredible experiences. Now, we are proud to share this vision with AMD.
Thank you, SY. We really value your partnership, and we're incredibly proud of the innovative platforms we are creating together. At AMD, we're taking high-performance computing to the next level in gaming, AI PCs and ultra-small form factors. Today, we are announcing the AMD Ryzen 8000G series processor that does just that. Available for purchase by the end of this month, this product combines the power of a discrete graphics card with the Zen 4 CPU cores and the world's first ever NPU in a desktop processor. In addition to the AI capabilities, the Ryzen 8000G series is the first desktop processor with built-in Radeon 700M series graphics so powerful you can play next-gen game titles in full HD.
Still find it weird that they're putting the AI engine on the
just like
CPU.
we did with handheld gaming consoles.
It
We're
seems like the
broadening
GPU is a more
desktop
natural
form
place to
factors
have it.
and lowering the barrier of entry for gamers. And those game experiences come to life through our close partnerships with the world's leading game developers. I'd like to introduce Yannick Rosner and Charles Tremblay from CD Projekt Red, the developers of the extremely popular Cyberpunk 2077.
Hi Jack, it's great to be here with AMD today. Thanks for inviting us. So, our partnership with AMD comes at an exciting time for PC gaming. PC hardware is more powerful and efficient than ever, but it's also becoming more accessible too.
Yeah, which is great, because it means more and more people have the opportunity to play cutting-edge game on PC.
And it's really inspiring for us here at CD Projekt Red. We are all about storytelling and want our stories to reach as many players as possible.
The new Ryzen 8000 series CPU offer a perfect opportunity for this. For example, the Ryzen 7 8700G can run Cyberpunk 2077 in Full HD without a discrete graphic card. That means you don't need to have a uber powerful gaming rig to enjoy the story of Night City on PC, as you can see here.
And even better, the new Ryzen 8000 series is fully upgradable, so even higher resolutions and levels of detail are possible.
With this processor, we're seeing great playability, performance, and scalability across handheld device, mainstream PC, and enthusiast builds.
PC gaming is more approachable than ever before, and we couldn't be happier to be a part of it.
Yeah, it really makes us excited to see what CD Projekt Red
It does look
can do
impressively
together
good
with
on
partners,
Steam Deck, I
with
must
both
say.
fidelity and accessibility in mind.
Charles Yannick, thank you so much. We look forward to building the next generation of game experience together with your team. For those who want to immerse themselves with maximum setting high frame rates in the latest games at 1080p, today we are announcing the Radeon RX 7600 XT with 16 gigabytes of memory is future ready for years to come. It will be on shelf later this month in January. The 16 gigabytes of graphics memory offers a wider breadth of options for content creators and AI applications. This large memory pool unlocks new capabilities for larger workflows and beyond.
I mean,
helping
it's
power
a lot of
faster
RAM for a
performance
shit
in
tier card.
applications
But...
such as Blackmagic's DaVinci Resolve. It also enables popular large language models such as the Llama 13 billion parameter model that won't run on graphics cards with less RAM. Finally, let's look at the growing AI PC ecosystem. With Ryzen AI now enabled a
fascinating segue there. They've just announced a extremely budget GPU and they're selling it as an AI processor? Okay. All right. You do you, AMD.
across both laptop and desktop PCs. Developers
I
can
guess you're going
create
to
and
justify
deploy
having that much
next-gen AI
RAM on something
applications.
that low end, but
We support this effort
Okay.
with Ryzen AI software, available now on AMD.com. This easy-to-use solution is based on an open-source Onyx runtime framework, giving developers access to thousands of AI models on the Ryzen AI PCs today. We also released AMD ROCm software support for our flagship Radeon 7900 series graphics cards to enable model training and machine learning development workflows with PyTorch. This gives developers more options to leverage the computing power of desktop graphics cards. We're also developing continuous optimizations for DirectML and Shark frameworks, leading to great increases in performance across many different applications. Now, when it comes to enabling developers with the power of integrating AI into their apps, there may be no better resource than Hugging Face.
Thanks, Jack. Hugging Face is the leading open platform for AI builders, and we're excited to work with AMD to accelerate machine learning and make the best models more accessible
Not appropriate.
for all developers.
Even the logo seems like
Today,
something
we
out of a
host
Black
over
Mirror
1 million
dystopia.
models, datasets, and AI applications in text, image, video, time series, biology, chemistry, and much more. And thanks to our collaboration with AMD, all transformer models work seamlessly on AMD GPUs. We now run over 60,000 tests every day to guarantee a great experience for Hugging Face users on AMD. Text Generation Inference, or TGI, is our production solution to deploy large language models and is now natively integrated with AMD ROCm to give best-in-class performance out of the box on AMD Instinct GPUs. And this year, we are really excited to work with AMD to make it easy for people to run the best open source models directly on PCs powered by AMD Ryzen processors. You'll be able to pick from a range of models from the Hugging Face Hub that are already optimized for Ryzen AI and run them locally to build AI-enabled desktop applications. Together with AMD, we are empowering all companies and organizations to build AI themselves instead of outsourcing AI to others. And we've got some exciting things in store for the community in 2024, so stay tuned.
Thank you, Clem. It's been such an honor to work with you and to get developers what they really need to integrate AI models into apps as quickly as possible. We're also working with developers to bring the power of AI to content creators. Let's hear more from our close partner, Adobe.
Hello, Jack. It's great to join you here today. It's been an exciting year of innovation at Adobe with the introduction of Adobe Firefly, our family of creative generative AI models.
Innovation at Adobe.
We are bringing Firefly directly into Creative Cloud workflows to empower creativity for all. In fact, Adobe Firefly has already been
blogging the
used
same
globally
horse
to
at
generate
a more expensive
4.5 billion
subscription over and over
images.
again.
And we are continuing to innovate and enhance our Firefly models to unlock new forms of creativity, enabling our customers to create with power, speed, and ease. AMD is helping us advance machine learning capabilities in Creative Cloud so that everyone can bring their creative visions to life at the speed of their imagination. Adobe has a decade-long history of AI innovation, delivering hundreds of AI-powered features that hundreds of millions of creators rely on every day. Many of our most successful AI innovations work today on the AMD Ryzen AI platform and are optimized for the AMD Media Foundation runtime. These include popular features like Premiere Pro's text-based editing, filler word detection, enhanced speech, and more. We expect that AI will continue to democratize advanced creative tools and enable more creators to produce amazing content. Broad availability, speed, and accuracy, the things that AMD is known for, are extremely important in this new era of advanced creative tools. Our ongoing partnership with AMD is helping us deliver delightful, best-in-class experiences for our shared customers. And this is just the beginning. We look forward to continuing to advance creative expression, supercharge exploration and productivity, and lower the barrier to work in new mediums in close collaboration with AMD. Thank you so much, and have an amazing CES 2024.
Thank you so much, Ivo, for sharing how we're delivering the next generation of AI-powered experiences to content creators. Microsoft has been one of our longest and closest PC ecosystem partners, provide some detail on how AMD and Microsoft are co-engineering together, here's my very good friend, Pavan Devalori, Corporate Vice President of Windows and Devices, during our December Advancing AI event.
Microsoft and AMD have a long partnership together across Azure and Windows. And it's incredible to see us moving that partnership together into the next wave of technology with AI. As you shared, Lisa, for us, there are millions of PCs right now with Ryzen 740 AI in market. And that's amazing because these are the first x86 PCs with integrated NPUs, enabling enhanced AI experience.
You told me everybody wanted NPUs.
Absolutely. I mean, right now we get to see some incredible AI features.
Yes,
Some we talked about, Windows Studio effects coming to life across the scale of the ecosystem. Absolutely fantastic, I would say. Now, for us at Microsoft and for the ecosystem, our marquee AI experience is really Copilot. Similar to how the Start button is the gateway into Windows, the Copilot for us is the
Remember when they got rid of that?
world of AI
Lol.
on the PC. And it has a fundamental impact on everything we will do on a computer, from work and school and play and entertainment and creation.
I completely agree, Pavan. I think Copilot is so transformational. I mean, for everyone who's had a chance to experience it, it really changes the way we do work.
When we have these powerful NPUs like the ones you're building, it gives us an opportunity to create apps that take advantage of both local and cloud inferencing. And to me, that's what the Windows AI ecosystem is about, and that's what we're building in partnership with you.
Today, I'm very excited to announce that our next-gen Strix Point Ryzen processors will actually include a new NPU powered by our second-generation XDNA architecture coming in 2024.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So a little bit about XDNA 2. It's designed really for leadership Gen AI performance. It delivers more than 3 times the NPU performance of our current Ryzen 7040 series. And Pavan, I'm very happy to share. I know your teams already know this because you have the silicon, but today Strix Point is running great in our labs, and we're really excited about it. Our teams have been working really closely together to make sure that all of those great future Windows AI features run really well on Strix Points.
Lisa, that's awesome, and we will use every top you will provide us.
You promised, right?
Absolutely.
I can't wait to share more on Strix and XDNA 2 when we launch our next generation Ryzen CPUs later this year. A very special thank you to all of our partners who joined me here today to share all the exciting work we are doing together to enable the future of AI PCs. It is a very exciting time for AMD and the entire PC ecosystem. We're at the very beginning of the AI era, and we can't wait to bring all these great new Ryzen and Radeon products to market with our partners.
Of course it was. At least now they fucking have a Threadripper to fucking produce it on. I just wish that the lowest end Threadripper weren't like double or triple the price of the one immediately below it. Anyway, I'm gonna take a quick pee break, and I'm also gonna finish the drop of whiskey I've got and got another drink. So I'm gonna take a short break, and I will see you in a couple of minutes, at which point we will watch the Nvidia show. Hey again. Right, let's just recap. Well, actually, let's full screen it and then recapture the window because that's what it's going to take to actually properly capture. Here we go. Let's pause you.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to CES
Nvidia.
2024. We'll begin with GeForce RTX and then cover robotics. Let's get started.
Welcome to our world, where every click, every moment, and every detail matters. From creating new worlds to epic solo adventures and chaotic multiplayer showdowns, we take you beyond the edge. And by uniting fearless innovation with the power of AI, you're charged with superpowers, making every move momentous and bringing every concept to life. RTX, it's on.
Nvidia has led PC gaming and content creation through 3 decades of technology breakthroughs and performance gains of 10 million X. There are now over 200 million gamers and creators worldwide who count on GeForce-powered desktops and laptops. Today, Nvidia is at the center of the latest technology transformation, generative AI. Gen AI presents an opportunity far larger than the internet. It will change how we interact with games. It will speed up creative workflows and give
Claim
everyone
when
a
it literally
co-pilot
is
to make us
plagiarism
all
of the
more
internet.
productive. NVIDIA's journey in AI began in 2006. We launched the GeForce 8800 GTX. Designed to play the most challenging video games, it proved it could certainly run Crysis. The 8800 architecture also
maybe 24
introduced
frames
CUDA
a second.
cores, allowing researchers and developers everywhere to program the GPU for non-graphical applications. In 2012, a team of researchers from the University of Toronto made an incredible discovery. The GeForce GTX 580 GPU,
I had 2 of
best
those.
known for running games like Call of Duty, could be programmed with CUDA to run a convolutional neural network, an early innovation in deep learning. In fact, the GTX 580 crushed the record in the famed ImageNet image recognition contest, and the era of GPU-accelerated deep learning had begun. NVIDIA launched RTX in 2018 and set in motion a giant leap in graphics, real-time ray tracing.
10 years in the making.
It combined RT cores used to process rays with tensor cores used for AI-powered deep learning supersampling, or DLSS. The ray trace Star Wars Reflections experience, which previously required 4 NVIDIA V100 data center GPUs at a price tag of $60,000, was now possible on a single GeForce RTX GPU.
You think she heard us?
We continued to invest in ray tracing and AI. From its launch in 2018, RTX AI performance has increased 10x to 1,300 teraops, or TOPS. Now, with DLSS 3.5, 7 out of every 8 pixels are generated by AI, accelerating full ray tracing by up to 4x with better image quality. Last year, AI made a dramatic leap to the mainstream. ChatGPT and Stable Diffusion inspired an unprecedented investment in training and inference of new generative AI models. With 100 million shipped, RTX GPUs provide a massive installed base for AI applications. In October, NVIDIA released our TensorRT LLM library for Windows, accelerating large language models like Llama 2 and Mistral up to 5x on RTX PCs. With our new Chat with RTX playground, enthusiasts can connect an RTX accelerated LLM to documents or YouTube videos using Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, and chat away. We are also introducing TensorRT acceleration for Stable Diffusion XL and SDXL Turbo in the popular automatic 1111 app, providing up to 60% boost in performance. Looking forward, AI experiences will be delivered with a hybrid of cloud and PC computation. Hybrid AI will use Nvidia GPUs in the cloud to run the largest language models, while taking advantage of RTX Tensor cores on your PC to run latency-sensitive applications. We are already seeing hybrid AI in action. For video conferencing, Microsoft Teams offers Copilot, an assistant running in the cloud, while NVIDIA Broadcast runs locally for noise removal and virtual backgrounds. For content creation, Adobe Photoshop includes Firefly-powered...
By the way, anyone who streams with OBS on Windows should be and has an Nvidia card should be using
a combination of
Nvidia
AI
noise reduction. It's very good.
Will pull you deeper into the story. Last year, we introduced Ace, our
That was
platform
shit.
for AI-powered game characters.
That was astonishingly bad.
Thanks, Jeff.
Seriously.
NVIDIA Ace is a technology platform that brings digital avatars to
All
life.
right, I've got to pause here because holy fuck, that demo was atrocious. Because everything that was wrong with AI, it's a flat, boring monotone with very stilted dialogue. Oh, how has your day been? My day has been rather bad, but have you mentioned the crime lately? It's okay. And then after the worst dialogue in the history of the world with acting that would give KOTOR a run for its money, it then sends you on a fetch quest. It was, if that's what gaming is going to become because of companies like Ubisoft sacking all of their staff and replacing them with ChatGPT, then I am going to be exclusively playing indie hentai games, I'm sure, because fucking hell, just fucking hell.
AI. Ace AI models are designed to run in the cloud or locally on the PC. Let's walk through an interaction with a game character. First, we start with the player's voice input. That prompt is then passed to our automatic speech recognition model, which translates speech to...
I don't want to talk to my fucking games. Like, there are this is like the problem with VR. Like, I don't... Beat Saber's neat, right? Beat Saber is a really cool concept. I don't have the space to play it. I will punch something. I will make my monitor over here even more broken than it already is. I don't want every game to become Beat Saber. Like, it's a niche thing. It fits its little box. You can't expect it to replace monitors because that's just not... Or TVs and consoles and shit. That's just not how people want to play. Like, the Wii was great. The Wii was a great console. You can't expect everything to become the Wii, which, by the way, they did. Like, between the PlayStation Move and the Kinect, they absolutely wanted to turn the PlayStation and the Xbox into the Wii, and it didn't work. Because the Wii was its own little thing. And the PS3 and the Xbox One, 360, were also their own thing. As was the PC. That's where they all coexist. They kind of don't now. Like, Xbox and PlayStation are basically the same device now. Nintendo's doing its thing, but even the Switch is merged with PC. The PC does everything now. The PC does PlayStation better than PlayStation. Xbox considers the PC part of the Xbox ecosystem. The Steam Deck does the Switch better than the Switch. None of the consoles do anything unique anymore, which I don't mind. They don't even have exclusives. I can play PlayStation games on Steam. I'm not complaining. I think that's better, but I don't see any reason to get a PlayStation.
Text.
Just don't.
Then we feed that text into a large language model to generate the character's response. After that, the text response is vocalized using a text-to-speech model, which is then passed to an animation model to create a realistic lip sync. Finally, the dynamic character is rendered into the game scene. Here at CES, we are announcing 8
Let's see it.
production microservices for audio to
Let's see it.
automatic speech recognition. Available now.
Let's see how wonderful this AI-generated game is.
Into their own pipelines. We are working with top digital avatar developers to bring Nvidia Ace technology to gamers. Our latest collaboration is with Convey, a developer platform that enables easy integration of Gen AI-powered game characters. Convey's platform features a set of tools and APIs to create character personas and enable dynamic conversations leveraging the new Nvidia Audio-to-Face and Riva microservices. The latest features from Convey enable real-time character-to-character interaction, scene perception, and actions. Let's take a look. In this demo, we're back in the ramen shop with Jin, except this time, we're joined by Nova, a cybersecurity expert in our cyberpunk-flavored world. Let's listen in as these two AI game characters have a
Speaking of cyberpunk, they know that a cyberpunk dystopia is in fact a dystopia, right? They know that they're creating this world. Like, cyberpunk as a genre is not supposed to be a blueprint for how society should evolve. They know that, yeah?
generated conversation.
Nova, you ever get that uncanny feeling we're like those AI constructs from the old sci-fi flicks? But nah, we're too quirky for that.
The cool thing is, the conversation's different every time.
Quirky is one word for it, Jin. I think we're just too real to be anything but flesh and blood. You're not wrong, Jin. Sometimes I wonder if we're all just part of some elaborate cybernetic dream. If we were AIs, I'd be the one cracking jokes about the singularity over a bowl of ramen.
Wow, great.
Hi, long time no see. You've been hiding in the shadows, or have you just been trying to avoid me?
Hey Nova, it's good to see you. I haven't been trying to avoid you, just been super busy. How are things?
Things are fantastic. Just secured a juicy contract with Zenith and Sons.
Hey Jin, you hear that? Nova just landed a big contract. Let's break out the good stuff.
You got it, Kai. Nova's success calls for the top shelf celebration. Just don't expect this to become a habit.
Yeah, this seems natural.
Thanks, Jin. So Nova, have you been playing any games recently?
I've been testing this cool game tech on a secret new GPU that's launching very soon. I can't talk about it here, but I can show you at the lab.
Wow, that sounds super cool. Yeah, I'd love to see the game tech. Let's go back to your lab.
Absolutely. Follow me and prepare to be blown away by what you're about to see.
With Convey's latest framework, game characters can now interact with the scene by fetching objects and navigating the world, all based on your conversation. Over to you, Christina.
Thank you, Seth. So many exciting new developments. In
Alternatively, you can have people who write for a living and make something good.
We now have over 500 RTX games and apps. This includes Alan Wake 2, which won 3 awards at this year's Game Awards. And we just keep growing. Horizon Forbidden West, the critically acclaimed sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, will be coming to PC early this year with the Burning Shores expansion, accelerated by DLSS 3. RTX gamers will race to save the planet's crumbling biosphere. Let's take a look.
Well, it looks like the rebels just got a lot more firepower.
I should play the Horizon games.
PAX Day is a social
They look pretty
sandbox
neat.
MMO inspired by the legends of the medieval era, where myths are real, ghosts exist, and magic is unquestioned. Developed by Mainframe Industries with veterans from CCP Games, Blizzard, and Remedy Entertainment, PAX Day will launch in early access on PC
Chinese
with
Communist Party
AI-accelerated
games.
DLSS
What?
3 in spring 2024. Here's a peek at never-before-seen gameplay. Last summer, Diablo 4 launched with DLSS 3 and immediately became Blizzard's fastest-selling game of all time. I am pleased to announce that ray tracing is coming to Diablo 4 this March. Here's an exclusive look with RTX on. Our partnership with Activision doesn't end there. It also extends to the cloud with GeForce Now.
Hang on.
In November,
Wait, stop. So DLSS off, RT on, because that's 40 to 50 FPS. DLSS 3, so that's going from nothing to, okay, that's frame gen and upscaling enabled. Okay, that kind of makes sense. So I was thinking going from 50 FPS to 170 with frame generation alone. Like, what? So it's more than tripling the frames. That would not really work so much, but okay.
our partnership with Activision doesn't end there. It also extends to the cloud with GeForce Now. In November, we welcomed the first Activision Blizzard game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, day and date with its PC release. The lineup will only continue to grow, with Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 coming soon.
Wow,
we will continue to release top titles from around the globe, like Honkai Star Rail and PAX Day. Today, I am also excited to announce Day Passes coming to our membership options starting in February. Priority and Ultimate Day Passes will give gamers a full day of gaming with fastest access to our servers. At the intersection of gaming and creating is Nvidia's modding platform, RTX Remix. There are over 10 billion game mods downloaded each year. With Remix, modders can remaster their favorite classic games with full ray tracing and DLSS 3, and use generative AI tools to transform a classic game's low-resolution textures into 4K physically accurate materials. We are excited to announce that the RTX Remix app will be releasing an open beta on January 22nd. The community mod team, Orbifold Studios, is using RTX Remix to reimagine one of the greatest games of all time, Half-Life 2. Let's check out their latest trailer for a first look at
RTX
Ravenholm
Remix is
with
kind of an
DLSS 3.5.
interesting project. I should also play Half-Life 2. I have it. I played Half-Life 1. In what, 2018, something like that? Like the old style graphics. They're very of their time. They're very stylized.
Back to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Christina. Generative AI empowers designers and marketers to create concept imagery, social media content, and more. Today, iStock by Getty Images is releasing a Gen AI service built on Nvidia Picasso, our AI foundry for visual design. The iStock service allows anyone to create 4K imagery from text using an AI model that is trained on Getty Images' extensive catalog of licensed, commercially safe creative content. The generative AI service is available today at iStock.com with advanced editing features releasing via API. Let's take a look at iStock in action.
Start generating visuals by describing your scene in a text prompt. and select the generated image that closest matches your vision.
Why are they all...
Then
What I don't understand. Okay,
select the generated image.
why do they always look like this? Why do AI generated pictures always have this weird sort of wavy, sort of almost finger painted look?
Image that closest matches your vision. Then add people and objects, indicating where in the image you want to place them and adding them with a simple description.
A woman outdoors. Put a woman indoors in that picture. That's what I want to see.
For example, you can select a piece of clothing and iStock will generate new options that fit the space. Once you are done composing your scene,
how many fingers does she have, Jeff?
For different mediums.
You're wearing mittens, that's
Go
cheating.
beyond your imagination and discover how easy it is to explore, design, and create with generative AI by iStock.
Twitch is one of the most popular platforms for content creators, with over 7 million streamers going live each month to 35 million daily viewers. These viewers are on all kinds of devices and internet services. Yet, many Twitch streamers are limited to broadcasting at a single resolution and quality level. As a result, they must broadcast at lower quality to reach more viewers. Twitch, OBS, and Nvidia are announcing enhanced broadcasting. This new feature will allow streamers to transmit up to 5 concurrent streams to Twitch at different resolutions.
I'm just... My mind is just being broken by the fact that we're putting AI transcoding options on the streamer and not on Twitch. Surely Twitch is the point. Like, okay, they offer transcoding options to like 1% of their partnered streamers. But like, if you're gonna make it this much easier with AI, surely you put this on Twitch's system, not on every single individual streamer. Like, 4K 60? Really? 4K 60. We are uploading a 4K 60 broadcast to Twitch in addition to a 140, 40, 60, 1080p, 720, 4K. Who has the fucking bandwidth for this? Never mind the fact that these two here on the left don't even exist. They don't have the capacity to send that out. You cannot send a 4K image to Twitch as a streamer. And if you could, it'd be limited to 6 megabit per second, which would be fucking awful, by the way. Unless it's being 4K upscaled, which apparently that's going to be done on the client side. Like, that's going to be on the viewer's browser, but only specific web browsers. What? And is this? This just doesn't... Why?
And quality, so each viewer can receive the optimal experience. Twitch Enhanced Broadcast will be supported on all RTX GPUs. Beta signups start today.
Why encode
later this month?
Like, are we really encoding like 5 simultaneous versions of the stream just to send it to Twitch? Is that like, okay, I get that the GPU could probably encode 5 versions of the stream. I've got 20 megabits up. That's almost enough for the 4K. Almost.
Optimal experience. Twitch Enhanced Broadcast will be supported on all RTX GPUs. Beta signups start today and will go live later this month. Twitch will also experiment with 4K and AV1 on GeForce RTX 40 series to deliver even better quality and higher resolution streaming. Today, we are announcing the Super Series.
I know I've said this, but it just bears repeating. Put the AI transcoding on Twitch's servers, not on the streamer's machine. Just...
Let's take a look.
I mean, or better, yeah, do it all client side. Just send a 480p video and just have everyone's machine upscale it to 4K. What could possibly go wrong with that? Is this a bit where they're re-releasing the 4000 series at the price and specs that we should have been released at in the first place? Super. 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 4070 Ti Super. That's not a stupid name at all. Actually, could you just point out, the 4070 Ti was the card that was originally going to be sold as the 4080 12 gig. Just to remind you, could you imagine that, the 4080 12 gig Super? Does it even still have 12 gigs? Who the fuck knows? It'd be hilarious if it didn't. The 4080 12 gig Super 16 gig. That is what this card should be called.
This is the RTX 4080 Super.
That's hefty
For
chunk.
gamers, it can power fully ray traced games at 4K. It is 1.4x faster than the RTX 3080 Ti without FrameGen in the most graphically intensive games. With 836 AI TOPS, DLSS frame generation delivers an extra performance boost, making the 4080 Super twice as fast as a 3080 Ti. Creators can generate video with stable video diffusion 1.5 times faster.
Yeah, I hate that.
Images with stable diffusion.
I hate that. Horrible. This is the fuck. This is a fucking AI filter I was just talking about. I'm not catching my cursor, am I? I could do that actually, given that I'm literally pointing at things. I can show cursor. Okay. Here I am. Right. So this is the fucking horrible AI filter. I don't think it's filter. It's just what AI generated images look like. They just have this telltale image. This, like, I don't know. Lack of textures, maybe? It's just
7x faster. The RTX 4080 Super features more cores and faster memory, giving it a performance edge at a great new price of $999. The RTX...
I just want to point out, that's still a fucking lot. That's still a fucking lot for the second tier down graphics card, right? $1,000, not even a flagship. Just,
4080 Super will be available January 31st. Next up is the RTX 4070 Ti Super. We've added more cores and increased the frame buffer to 16 gigabytes.
I was right. It's the RTX 4080 12 gig Super 16 gig. Going by the original naming scheme. 44 shader, teraflop, 102 RT teraflop. There's what does that even mean? RT teraflops. So RT billion floating point operation per second. Is that how RT works? Does RT do floating points? If that's the case, what makes it different to a shader, which is actually just a fancy floating point, like a lot of floating point processors? If that's all RT cores are doing, then why not do them on the shaders? I'm too tired to be thinking about this. 140p, 144 Hz plus. What does that even mean? You can do that on a 3060. What? It's just a 2.5 times as fast as an RTX 3070 Ti. Okay, and it's $800. This was originally a $1,200 card, something like that, wasn't it? The 4080 12 gig that it was originally called. It's still expensive, but less egregiously so. It's better than the £900 that it was recently. I think actually, if you're going for a reasonably high-end graphics card, this probably makes sense now. Actually, when I was looking a while ago at high-end, 4070 Ti's, AMD, 7900 XT, XTX, that kind of thing. They're all so expensive. They're all so expensive. £900 for something like this, which is about the price of the 4080 Super now. Which is, again, I wouldn't say it's good value, but this is... You can spend $800 for a graphics card. Right? It's a lot, but it's sort of manageable. It's not fucking $1,700, which is what we're paying in lockdown, but... And Nvidia seems to think, yeah, that's what everyone wants to pay all the time. That wasn't because of desperation at all. No, let's make that the normal price. Eh, fuck them.
Memory bus to 256 bits. It's the perfect GPU to max out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that it was not only $900. Not only was it a 12 gig card, it had a fucking 192-bit memory bus. As you do. For something that was originally called a 4080.
Your high refresh 1440p panels and even game at 4K.
Even
creators will love it for video editing and rendering large.
Even game at 40. You can even do what I've been doing since 2014 on a pair of GTX 970s at the time. You can even do that in 2024 on an $800, previously $900 card.
1.6x faster than a 3070 Ti.
Even.
And 2.5 times faster with DLSS 3. It will be available on January 24 for $799. We're also introducing the RTX 4070 Super. We've added 20% more cores, making it faster than the RTX 3090 at a fraction of the power. And with DLSS 3, it's 1.5 times faster.
$600.
It will be available for $599 starting January 17th.
See, this is where they get you. I'm like, 4070 Super, faster than 3090, $600. That's reasonable. It's reasonable. You could buy one of those. I remember when the flagship was £400. Like, seriously. £620 is what I paid for a 1080 at the time, and I thought that was extortionate at the time. The GTX 970 that I mentioned, which was, remember, same equivalent tier as this. Actually, it was one higher. Because there's a 4090 this generation. There was no 990. It topped out at 980 Ti. Except it didn't at the time. That came later. That came a year later. It topped out at 980 at the time. The 980 was about £400 for what was at the time the fastest graphics card in existence. The 970 was the second fastest graphics card in existence at the time. It cost, drumroll, £275. Half of this.
It will be available for $599 starting January 17th. RTX is the fastest growing laptop platform, having grown 5 times in just the last 4 years.
Is that a Squire
growing
Strat?
Laptop platform. Having
Yes, it was.
Grown 5 times in just the last 4 years. Over 50 million devices are enjoyed by gamers and creators across the globe.
Remember Eyefinity or Surround? Remember when people did that? Triple monitor gaming? That died a death, didn't it?
From 14-inch as slim as 16 millimeters to the most powerful 18-inch, there is a laptop for every gamer and creator. And thanks to powerful RT and Tensor cores, every RTX laptop is AI ready for the best gaming and AI experiences. With an installed base of 100 million GPUs and 500 RTX games and apps, GeForce RTX is the world's largest platform for gamers, creators, and now generative AI. For AI enthusiasts and developers, we are accelerating large language models for RTX PCs and workstations. And combined with Nvidia GPUs in the cloud,
weather app is
hybrid
saying it's
AI will
minus
take
5
experiences
outside.
further, even bringing life to game
Bit
characters.
chilly.
Guess I'm kind of a big deal now.
Really are you?
To power these experiences, we announced our new Super GeForce Desktop GPUs, delivering more performance and Gen AI power to gamers and creators. We also announced a new wave of AI-ready RTX laptops from every major OEM, delivering the ultimate in mobile performance. A new era of PC computing is here, and it will transform everything we do. Nvidia and our partners are excited for what comes next. And now we'll hear from Deepu Tala about a new era for robotics.
Thanks, Jeff. I would like to share how the infusion of generative AI into robotics is speeding up the ability to bring robots from proof of concept to real-world deployment. For the past few years, autonomous robots powered by artificial intelligence are being increasingly utilized for improving efficiency, decreasing costs, and tackling labor shortages. Logistics, warehouses, and manufacturing are the first use cases that had the biggest need, and today we can see hundreds of thousands of deployed robots, with each of them getting smarter as time goes on due to AI updates. Large-scale fulfillment centers and manufacturing plants that are millions of square feet in area continue to add more smart robots. The next wave of industries for AI-powered smart robots include agriculture, construction, healthcare, and retail. In the last 12 months, generative AI has revolutionized text and natural language processing. The introduction of ChatGPT has been noted as the iPhone moment of AI. Very soon, we are at the tipping point of that same technology coming to computer vision and robotics. Generative AI models achieve higher accuracy while generalizing rather well, and applications are built using natural language prompts or text. Given these attributes, generative AI is well suited for robotics. Now, let's see how Nvidia is bringing the massive potential of generative AI to robotics. Our platform for building AI-powered robots is called Nvidia Isaac. To deploy AI, there are two computers necessary. The AI factory is where the simulation and training of the AI model happens. It is essentially the creation of the AI model. This process can go on throughout the operating life of the robot. The AI model can be continuously improved so that it gets better and better, more accurate, more performant, and more generalizable. Some applications might demand the AI model to be fine-tuned round the clock 365 days a year. For example, if you're operating a fleet of autonomous mobile robots or AMRs that are marching towards the goal of full autonomy. On the other end of the spectrum, the AI model only needs to be updated occasionally, and as a result, retraining happens periodically. For example, a robotic vacuum cleaner that needs to adapt to your home floor plan. The AI factory leverages NVIDIA's data center compute infrastructure, NVIDIA AI, and NVIDIA Omniverse platforms. Now, let's switch to the second computer, which is the runtime of the robot. The computer can be an on-premise server, for example, performing defect inspection for a high-speed semiconductor manufacturing line. Or the computer can be an autonomous machine processor, such as an NVIDIA Jetson, powering an AMR or industrial arm with multiple sensors, such as 4 to 8 cameras, multiple 2D LiDARs, 3D LiDAR, and IMU. Over the past year, we have seen how generative AI-powered chatbots and copilots can improve our productivity. Applying generative AI to robotics will be transformative to accelerating the development and deployment of smarter robots. If we think back to our two-computer model, let's see how generative AI, when combined with Nvidia Omniverse running in the AI factory, enhances simulation. We are seeing that LLMs can eliminate bottlenecks and turn typical users into technical artists. Whether it's creating an individual robotic work cell or a full-scale manufacturing facility, simulation teams make a significant investment to build the right 3D digital twin to test and train their virtual robots. Leveraging the ability to reason and generate code with a LLM like ChatGPT, the desired scene can be created from a text prompt in minutes. Under the hood, all of the available assets can be utilized and placed in the scene in meaningful ways. Robots often operate in dynamic environments, so even after the scene is created, new 3D assets will need to be generated. Starting with NVIDIA's Picasso, a text to 3D asset generative AI model, new realistic assets can be generated from a text prompt and placed in the scene. When testing or training a robot, diversity in environments is essential to ensure the robot can generalize to the real world. Starting with text prompts, generative AI can add rain, water, rust, and more to existing environments and create thousands of physically accurate scenarios. Tasks that typically take a technical artist days can be completed in minutes. It doesn't end there. Generative AI can act as your co-pilot when it comes to writing scripts. Simply enter the prompt and generate the necessary code to run robot simulations or generate synthetic data that is auto-labeled, saving enormous amounts of expense and time. All of this capability is available or coming soon with NVIDIA Omniverse and Isaac Sim. Make sure you leverage it if you're not already doing so. We showed you how generative AI is supercharging robot simulation and synthetic data generation in the AI factory. Now let's see how generative AI can turbocharge the runtime capabilities of robots. LLMs and LVMs are making it possible for humans to interact with robots using natural language. A generative AI model trained with video, text, and other modalities is able to generalize well and achieve higher accuracy than multiple purpose-built CNN-based computer vision models. Let's see how some of our partners are driving the generative AI revolution for their robotic operations.
Welcome to Boston Dynamics. I am Spot, and I will be your guide for today.
Hey Spot, how do you like your job?
Ah, Mr. Matt, my employment as a tour guide provides great satisfaction. Now behold the rock pile.
健康的なランチのテーブルを準備してください。
わかりました。
Thank you for tuning in and enjoy CES 2024.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the thing we just went and saw. So I am going to call it a night here because you might have noticed I'm really tired. But also that was kind of the end of the thingamajig. So I am going to so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at some streams. see who's online, see where I want to go, because there are... Oh, there's loads of people I like online. Which is always a good thing. But... Alright. Let's go see Real Grill, because he's hot. I mean, everyone I just looked at is hot, but anyway. So let's drop in on Real Grill. And I'll be back. I didn't want her name. Anyway, I'll be back. Fuck knows when. Good night.